Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have Basilisk REYNOR in the bottom right side of the map. CLEM in the top left for Team Liquid. It's the Stars Agora upper bracket semi-finals, a match which I have not watched at all, and I'm finally getting to catch up with, despite there being such a whirlwind of Starcraft matches right now. You're all going to be very sick of that intro, but I feel like this is going to be the intro for all of my casts over the next week or two, where it's like, hey gang, there's still this amazing match between two top players that I haven't commentated from Dallas or Stars Agora or GSL Season 2, because these tournaments all happen back to back to back. It has just been a wild time. And I'm saying this with the final global qualifier for the World Championship. Even that is starting in like 10 hours from me talking live right now. So we've just got too much good StarCraft to keep up with. I'm sure there'll be a bit of a lull right before the World Championship where everyone's trying to hide their build orders. But until then, a best of three between CLEM and REYNOR. CLEM and REYNOR at their peak, two of the fastest, most dynamic StarCraft 2 players there are. And it's going to be so interesting to see how this goes. I mean, historically, CLEM and REYNOR have had, if you like fast-paced, action-focused StarCraft, it doesn't get better than this. CLEM and REYNOR, it's a completely different thing. Like, Serral, I would say, is more clever than REYNOR at coming up with these super, just amazing sniper builds to just get free wins occasionally. But REYNOR, and often in the past, would just fight CLEM mano on mano, you know? Just two men having a bit of a wrestling match. They take their shirts off and they get sweaty. That being said, CLEM's become so good. I do think REYNOR is more tricky lately, and he's already back on gas. Are we looking at 2-base Mutalisk? Interesting. He saw 2-Rex Reaper. It could just be a Bane Bust. Bane Bust is really good, man. Like, not enough people just Bane Bust these Reaper Wall-Off builds. They're very vulnerable. I've often criticized CLEM and other Terrans for doing these build orders against Zergs that they're favored against. Because I think, you know, a Zerg like Shin, for instance, I think loves when you go 2-Rex Reaper. Gives him so many opportunities to knock you out with a Bane Bust, surprise, something like that. Wait. Oh, sorry, he didn't even have Ling Speed started before. Never mind. So he pulled off gas and then immediately put back on gas because he saw that it was 2-Rex in the natural. Never mind. I thought he might be Bane Busting or going 2-base Muta, but in fact, it's just his Ling Speed was slightly delayed. REYNOR not going for the quick third base, and CLEM pokes in, but doesn't want to get trapped in there. Queens, of course, pushing those Reapers away. Third hatchery will be going down momentarily, but with only 5 Lings out, I'd say it's a risk. I think it's more important for REYNOR to actually build drones right now. He's got 8 lava, 4 Queens building. I actually don't think the third hatchery is a good idea. I think droning is way more important, or building Zerglings, because now 4 Reapers or 3 Reapers and a Marine could maybe cancel this base. Ling Speed almost finished though. CLEM going to play cautiously. That Marine he's going to send home. Hellions are starting to build behind it. So this is 3 command center into Hellion. So 3rd command center, Hellion, Starport. And REYNOR's skimped on Zerglings. He's kind of counting on the fact that CLEM knows Ling Speed's going to finish and has to play safe. Only 11 Zerglings, very minimal. And you know what? He actually did have his natural mostly saturated this whole time. This is pretty damn well optimized by REYNOR, actually. Because I think the third, I was like, oh, it's a bit weird to sit on 8 lava that long, but he wasn't giving up that much mining. Yeah, I think you always end up with a little bit of excess lava in these situations because you have to build so many queens so early, and he's continuing on that train. 6 queens coming out. Thank you very much, Magic Missile. Really appreciate you all helping out with the hype train. It's about to expire. Thank you very much. Those watching live. 3 Reapers, 2 Hellions. Reapers very good at tanking damage. Hellions with much more powerful splash damage rather than the Reaper's single target. Good for clearing those Zerglings. Now there's an Overlord in the main. I'm surprised the Marines haven't got to clear it yet. Looks like he's just very focused on the Hellion Reaper. Ling's looking for a wraparound, not able to find it. And the Marines are going to go into that main, try and catch that Overlord before it escapes out the back door. And we'll do just that. No! I like to imagine it's like a whoopee cushion going off. Does anyone remember the whoopee cushions? Man, I haven't seen a whoopee cushion in decades. I feel like whoopee cushion was like one of the greatest items as a child. If you got your hands on one of those, you'd be like, this is the greatest thing I ever had. This is amazing. It makes fart noises. There are a few things more hilarious to a 6-year-old than a toy designed to make fart noises. Liberator's going to come down the left side. Queen's over there as well. 52 drones are up. Ooh. Can he rotate left? Alien Reaper coming in, but the queen positioning is pretty good. Reynor's got to be careful, though. He's got to split one queen south. These 3 queens will defend. Oh, the queen went bit in. He made a mistake. Does lose a queen. Okay, really good handling by Clem to not overcommit there. Oh, and he's got a double drop. No armory, but it's going to be a Hellion Marine Reaper push. Uh-oh. Reynor does not have a Baneling Nest. It's all queens and Zerglings to defend this. He's got a few transfusers available. He's got a Roach Warren. Ah, okay, he's going to go Roach Warren double Evo. 5 roaches on the way. He sees this coming. Those Marines, does he go for the Overlords? I imagine you do. This Overlord could go up to the left, though. Pull away. Queen's in an arc. 8 roaches coming out. The lings are so well placed. Look at these lings. They're ready. If he goes any deeper, he gets surrounded. He has to pull away. I think he does see those lings bypass him. Reynor probably shouldn't commit. He's been spotted a bit too early here. But actually, the Hellions didn't pursue. Maybe Clem didn't see it. Gets an SCV. He wanted that mule. He's not going to get it. The lings do overcommit a little bit. 1-1 upgrade started for Clem. His +1 armor started a little bit late. He's only on 3 barracks right now. That being said, Reynor doesn't even have 3 bases fully saturated. His 4th just now starting. It's been heavily delayed by all this aggression. Carapace beginning for Reynor. Doesn't have the gas. Now he does. +1 range. Kicks up. 3 more gases coming down. 4th and 5th barracks for Clem. No armory just yet. It's going to be hard to start his +2 attack on time. I know normally he likes to go 2nd factory before armory. That will delay his 2-2 significantly. Oh, big Marine drop on the right side. He's got some roaches, but no roach speed and no upgrades just yet. Stim Marine's pretty powerful, even without combat. Oh, actually, he's got combat shields as well. Oh, that's a dead 4th base. Uh-oh. Hatchery and drone go down. Marine's going to focus the roaches as well. Oh, this is big. He also got 4 drones, or 3 drones with a Hellion dive on the left side. Lings finally deflect that. Queens do chase these Hellions away. Clem immediately turns to pursue them. Transfuse! Doesn't get the transfuse down in time. Ooh, roaches trying to deal with these Marines as they redrop. No, Reynor! Oh no, he builds a hatchery. It gets clicked on. It gets killed. And Clem, he's found so much value. There's no infestation pit. There's no Baneling Nest. How do you deal with this sort of just arrogance? And I mean, it's not really arrogance. Confidence? I think in Reynor's mind, he's like, how dare you drop on my roaches? The arrogance! The sheer hubris! But honestly, Clem's in a great spot. 2nd factory goes down. If only he didn't forget his 2-2. His armory's done, but he hasn't got the gas for 2-2 right now. 4th command center's not down yet either, so feels like it's been an action-packed game where Reynor, if he can find room to drone up his 4th, once it finally gets back up, there's a dream of recovery. It's just so hard because he's putting all of his gas into Roach Hydra Ravager. That doesn't spare any gas for 2-2. Once these tanks get sieged, I think Clem might just be wiping Reynor off of this map. If Reynor can bring this one back against Clem of all people, it will be so very impressive. Roach Hydra coming in. 1-1 upgrades are kicking up. No siege tank siege. Wow. Okay, bit of a blunder there for Clement. Hydra's getting caught. I can't believe this Reaper Hellion's still alive. No other player would still have Hellion Reaper being an active threat on the map 9 minutes in, picking off Hydralisks, but Clem is no normal Terran. He is a freak. Roach Hydraling gonna get baited in. 2 siege tanks are gonna be shooting from the back line. Did he save those tanks earlier? I thought he killed them both, but it looks like maybe he picked them up to save them. Roach Hydra Biles do manage to land. The Marines, though, each with his own personal medevac healing him up. It looks like Reynor's just a little bit too far behind in this game. Oh, a bit too much damage off the early harassment, I think, for Clem. Well played. Just keeps Reynor off of 4th base. Doesn't give him room to breathe. It's so hard to get in control. Oh no! What just happened? Sorry guys, we just had a technical glitch. Oh, and it's just so hard to get control here. I accidentally tapped out in the middle of that. We're going straight back into it though. The Hydras, the Queens, the Ravagers trying to defend. More tanks are coming up. He's going to siege up the next tank behind. And, oh, okay, got to be so careful. Another tank comes forward. The Roach Hydra Ravager there. The Queens as well. Can he hold on? It's just, he's down in supply. Reynor doesn't have the numbers. Even without the 2-2 finish just yet, equal upgrades is enough. The tank is shelling from underneath those medevacs. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's doing massive damage. And REYNOR just doesn't have the numbers. A bit too far behind a slippery slope here. And he's going to be pulling on back. The Queen's coming forward along with those Hydras. The medevac bio mine, just too strong. There's not enough here for REYNOR. He's on the back foot. The early pressure just flowing through, and REYNOR never quite getting his fourth base up on time, and never able to slap any of this pressure down. It felt like he was stuck in his corner defending all game long. It's the CLEM effect. Constantly in your face attacking, even when arguably he shouldn't be at some points. He just finds a way to make it work, and I think in this game especially, the 2-Rex Reaper into the Hellion Reaper, into the double drop, he didn't really give REYNOR a lot of chance to play Starcraft, right? REYNOR had to play Clem's game. He had to play Defend Clem's Aggression Simulator. No Zerg likes playing this version of Starcraft. They would say it's the weakest version. The worst version. It's terrible. Super unfair. Clem's micro is absolutely a problem. It's going to be a nice game one there for CLEM. Punishes on Maganatha. All right, into the next game. CLEM in the bottom left side of the map. A great game one for him. And he sent this down a bit late, didn't he? Oh, no. Sorry, hadn't built the next SCV yet. So once again, low ground wall off. And the question, 15 overload. Okay, so it looks like REYNOR's still planning to go 16 hatchery. It's 2-Rax Reaper build. Would it have worked if REYNOR just went for a Bane Bust in that last game, guys? I always feel like those builds are a little weak to it, but I think he was quite quick at putting his factory on the reactor. So there's a very small window from Reapers being active on the map to then Hellions. It might work, but it's going to be a little tough. I do like all Linning players who go for these low ground wall-offs, though. As a Terran, it doesn't look like it just from watching Pro TVZ, but it's so much more vulnerable than having that beautiful tiny choke point on top of your main ramp to defend. Now you can see he's got to have space for the add-on, so he's already planning for that, which means probably builds another depot down here. It's a bit of an awkward wall-off. Your add-ons are a little exposed. REYNOR goes for spawning pool. It's a gasless build. Okay, so REYNOR is going to do the 5 roach opening, I believe. Like, just defensive. You know, like where you just take a quick third hatchery, wall the front with a roach horn and then an evo chamber. You have another drone standing in the wall ready to go for the evo chamber block. It's a good build, but we've seen even Serral do this, and it looks like it's going well. And then the Reaper just circles around, forcing so many drones to pull away, spore tricks to happen, queens to run in circles, and then Hellions find an opening. It can snowball, right? Because of the lack of mobility when you skip ling speed, which is what REYNOR's build usually intends to do here. Send that drone. Actually, wait, he hasn't gone for a third yet. So queen starts, now another queen, 4 zerglings. Okay. This is odd, no third hatchery. What is this? I mean, I guess he saw the 2-Rax. Oh, maybe he was planning to go for it, but yeah. Keyboard switch to English, sorry. Oh, Clem's keyboard switch. He had like a hotkey setup where he could accidentally swap. Oh my gosh. So funny. All right, nice Reaper grenade goes down. Ling's gonna push south. Reaper damaging the drone. I think REYNOR really wanted the third hatchery, but he knew he couldn't defend it from the Reapers, so instead he's gonna use those minerals to build 4 queens really early. Gonna be stuck on 2 base. Fast command center's on the way here for CLEM. CLEM is already building a 4th Reaper. Seems to love 4 Reaper, does CLEM. Oh, CLEM! Dude, he didn't have his rally point set in the main. Must have accidentally clicked that command center on itself. Had 2 SCVs just idling for 30 seconds in the main. Very rare mistake for CLEM. REYNOR, he's got those 2 queens just hanging out. 2 more building. Not going for ling speed yet, just 1 worker on gas. It's all about the 2 base minerals coming up as quickly as possible, which REYNOR's doing a really good job of. One zergling goes down, Reaper barely survives. Roach horn is already on the way, no lair just yet. He's onto 3 on gas now, is REYNOR. Gonna start taking a second gas, and that lair will start now. Needs to get an overseer to confirm what the build is of CLEM. And what, of course, you'll see, there's going to be a 2-1-1. 2 barracks into a factory, probably starport reactor, and go for medevacs next would make the most sense off this build order. And looks like REYNOR's ready to take his own third. If the Reaper's really committed, knowing no ling speed, he could have actually denied this third for a bit longer. REYNOR is already happy to delay it a fair bit. Okay, so 3 gas. Now, if you take the 4th gas, it does really slow down your mineral count. But it can be nice for, like, rushing out an Infestor or something like that. Very early carapace for REYNOR. REYNOR has some really, really cool styles he's been working on lately. So we'll see if he brings one out here. Obviously, I think everyone was thinking about Infestors after seeing what Shin did to Clem in Dallas. REYNOR got the same thing in mind. Off this opening, it's kind of perfect to go Infestation, but of course, just now got his 4th gas up. 3rd hatchery coming up at the moment. Only 32, 34 workers for Clem, but he's got triple orbital. So he's going to catch right up on that worker count. Not to mention, all of these mules dropping are going to be pretty huge. He needs 1 more mule on this patch to even it out. So that all of his main mines out at a bit of a similar timing. Seven more roaches building. Still no sign of an infestation pit, a second Evo, or a Hydra Den. I think REYNOR's realizing he just needs to get roaches ready for the double drop. There's an argument, though, that he's building these roaches earlier than he needs, unless he's actually committing to a carapace all-in. I mean, he's building so many roaches, it looks like he is. Dude, if he could sneak some roaches down the right side and counterattack as the Marines are hitting him, he might be able to get some real serious damage done here. Medevac's boosting to the front. Forgot to send them to his Marines, though. Clem, uncharacteristically sloppy game 2 here. He's left his Medevacs behind. Finally, they do come forward. The roaches are more than ready. And REYNOR wants to defend this, kill a few Marines if he can, and then do a massive counter. Great transfuses, but it's a lot of Marines, man. Dude, Clem's a mad dog, though. Is this actually a good trade for him? REYNOR's hiding a lot of his roaches right now. He kind of wants Clem to overcommit, but now Clem sees no drones on the 3rd, and that's a big tell. Reapers see the roaches coming. The roaches are going for the counterattack. REYNOR trying to be very tricky here. Clem did just throw a lot of Marines away. He's got a siege tank out. He's going to siege that in a nice position there. Those SCVs will siege up. Marines in the main base being really annoying for REYNOR to deal with. That Queen goes down, which means no anti-air inside the main base. Medevacs go to the natural. Will they be able to unload there? They will, but they pick up and pull away as the roaches are active. 3rd base unable to mine for Clem. That's the one good thing going for REYNOR, but REYNOR's only on 2 base workers. 44 drones. He's trying to drone up behind this and make +1 range, but he cancels +1 range, makes the infestation pit. And Queen, if it could get some hits on the Medevac, would be nice, but he doesn't want to lose the Queen for that. He's got no anti-air. He's only got 2 Queens. Oh. Okay, some roaches stay in the main. 3rd base. Clem thinking about landing. It doesn't know that the roach Ravage is just hanging. If those Ravagers run forward, they could bile a tank, which is why these tanks have pulled very far back. 6 Marines in the double drop. Only 1 Reaper left on the left side of the map. +2 carapace is now on the way. REYNOR realizing that's the most important upgrade. He's got to keep these upgrades ahead of Terran. That's what will give him the ability to trade really well here. Clem's still looking for openings. Any hole's a goal when you're a 22-year-old French Terran. Reaper does get smashed off the side of this map. And there are 2 Infestors on the way. 3rd command center has landed. Where's the armory at? Armory's finished. He can go straight for 2-2. So it is a 5 barracks factory Marine Marauder play. He's got a 2nd tech lab, so he can make a few extra Marauders, which is really good against the heavy roach style. But with the Ling Speed on the way, 2nd Evo chamber, and now a Hive. Just going to start now at 150 gas. I mean, he doesn't even have a 4th base. It would be kind of crazy to go Hive, right? He's thinking about it, though. Yeah, he does. He does do it. Okay. It doesn't even have a 4th hatchery started, though. REYNOR really needs that 4th hatchery. It's such a weird game right now. He's been forced to this kind of mid-tier mass roach ravager hodgepodge. He's going to take that 4th on the right side. Oh, bio on the left, bio on the right. Good split for REYNOR. Anticipated this. Knows how vulnerable that 4th is while it's building. And Clem! So consistently steps into the trap. The triple biles take out one of the Medevacs. 16 Marines and a Medevac get toasted by those first 2 fungals. Oh, now he's only built 2 Infestors, so he can't do that again. Is Clem going to be cautious? I've really said once you start Hive, you should always go up to at least 3, maybe 5 Infestors. I guess against a guy like Clem especially, because he's no respect. Right now he's not scanning. An Infestor could come out, fungal his army, he'd have no answer for it. But that's just the way Clem plays StarCraft. And I think it's fine because the Zergs are only building 2, at most 3 Infestors in the early stages. It takes a long time for them to gather up energy, right? He'll have more fungals in about 25, 30 seconds. But it just gives him this window to still be much more obnoxious, I would say, with his Marine Marauder than he really should be able to. The Infestor's such a powerful unit because if you've always got fungal available, the Terran can't really roam with these without risking getting caught by the fungal. And you can see already Clem is a little more paranoid about walking into it. We do know fungal's going to be back any moment now. He's going to sneak a double drop down the left. Behind this 4th command center, 8 barracks, all the good things are coming in. 2nd factory, drilling claws, all that's going. We try and dive the right side. No spore crawler here. As this creep spreads out, a spore or 2 on this right side would be amazing. He does have a spore there. Doesn't have anything covering his natural, though. These Lings aren't going to do anything. They've only got +2 carapace. Once the Ravagers get there, they'll do okay. Oh, fungal a little bit late. Barely picks up in time. Great dodge on that fungal. +3 carapace, +1 melee, adrenal glands. Chitinous plating on the way. That Ultra Tech is going to be a massive transition. I've struggled with this before. No reason to think he'll have an answer for it now. No Spore Crawler on this side either. You gotta really try to double down on your spores a little bit. REYNOR a little slow to get on top. The Lings will fight this. They do have +1 melee, +2 carapace, so it's equal upgrades. 2-1 against 1-2. Flips on the low ground though. These Vipers are gonna say, nah mate, you've been naughty. Unfortunately for me, Parasitic Bombs, the one medevac that didn't have units inside, and Clem continuing to just be so irritating to play against. But Giga Spore finishes on the left. Lings are there as well. Clem not quick enough on that pickup. Loses a bunch of Marines. He's going to dive the front. It just clicks on an Infestor. You could not be more confidently ridiculous if you tried. A Viper just got sniped in the main as well. I cannot believe he just stimmed those Marines in and clicked on the Infestor. That is the epitome of, I hope you're not looking. If you are, I'm throwing units away right now. Nothing triggers a Zerg more than a Terran who plays like that, and you know he's getting under REYNOR's skin. You know that does psychological damage every time he does that. REYNOR's like, you little piece of... Argh! He absolutely wants to strangle him like Homer Simpson with Bart, you know? That's what REYNOR wants to do. He wants to strangle this silly Terran player who's just constantly poking and prodding, never letting him do what he wants to do. Clem's activity rate is insane, and behind it, 3-3, tank production. Ghosts are building. He's on 8 barracks. Did miss 1 tech lab over here. Got concussive though. Bio's got to be a little careful. Holding position out here is really cute for Clem. Don't know if it's viable long term. Bile's take out a Liberator. Liberator there getting taken out by the Queen slowly. He's going to push through the bridges. A lot of Ravagers. 30 supply of Ravagers. Amazing if they land the Biles, but... Nice. Throws an entire field of Biles to catch the retreating Liberator. Does take it out. Oh no! He sends an Infestor out. The last Infestor gets caught. No more Infestors on this map. And that's really unfortunate for REYNOR. He's got 3 Vipers, which you could argue is the more important spellcaster. They remove tanks and libs from the battlefield. But Fungal on the bio, and especially the Ghosts as they grow, would be really effective. He's got too many Roaches in his army, does REYNOR. REYNOR's banking, but he's got 18 Roaches, 10 Ravagers. So now that Clem's maxed, his army's actually potentially weaker, but Ultras are good. Oh, I mean, this is so awkward, this fight. It feels like it's a good start to the fight for Clem, but now the Ultra gets on top of the tanks. They go down. Parasitic Bombs all over the medevacs are going to do good damage. Biles are pushing away. The downside of these fights is all your Roaches survive. Those are the things you really wanted to trade out. Hatchery on the left side does go down. Nice snipe. Clem puts REYNOR back to 4 base. Uses the scan. He wants to take out the creep tumors. Gets rid of one of them. The more important active tumors do still survive. Oh, the way Clem's diving. Dude, imagine if an Infestor came out. Oh, it's just so hard to keep building Infestors and having them in position against a guy who plays with Clem's tempo. His tempo is just insane. So it's very hard to find the room to organize, and you know, your Infestors pop out, they just get sniped. You see, finally, he managed to shark an Infestor out, but it's hard to even get out without it getting scanned and taken down. Oh, another hatchery kill on the left, Clem! I mean, his units are damaged. Look at that, trying to snipe units. It does get out of range. Widowmine's moving forward. Great fungal from behind. The Infestor will get taken out, but Medevacs and Ghosts get slaughtered. Beautiful fungal on that right side. REYNOR's Lings trying to fight. Unfortunately, the choke point is incredibly real, but with 2-3 and adrenal glands, the Lings do pretty darn well in any sort of head-to-head fight. Ultra Ravager Viper coming in. The Vipers have max energy. He's abducting Ghost right now. He's blinding Cloud tanks. Reynor's just like, just get over here. Pulls the Ghosts in, starts taking him down with the Ravagers. Any of these valuable units he can take out is so important. The Ravager's going to go to that right side. He lands a nice bile. 2 tanks go down. The last Ultra does fall though. And much like Tom Cruise, it is a little weird that Tom Cruise is playing that last Ultralisk. I get it. He has a top knot. He's learning Bushido. He's banging a Zerg player's wife because he killed him in combat. It's still a little weird that Tom Cruise is the last Ultralisk. Anyway, that reference is going aside. Command Center is burning. He's going to move over there. REYNOR, of course, has a winning position. Lings are going to go to the left side. Clem somehow taking the bottom right base. That's crazy. Dude, if Clem gets that up and somehow brings this back, I will be so impressed. We've got a vehicle plating going up there as well. 6 Marauders, 20 Marines, 3 Ghosts. The page of "Hus" in Twitch chat does make me smile. You know, I don't ever plan to make these references. They come out, and I'm as flabbergasted as you guys are. I don't know where the last samurai fitted into that last sequence of action, but somewhere in my subconscious it does, okay? Shh. Ultra's coming forward with Ravagers. Command Center does survive. That Orbital's actually a decent ghetto wall right now. It is holding things back for the moment. Ultras, dude, nice SCV, load and repair. Oh, but the Ultras... Can they get rid of this planetary at the same time? Mass Ultra Ling on the left side. Widow Mines are decent against Lings. They're not great against Ultras. It just takes too many to take one down. Take him down. It feels like we are looking at an insane situation. The Ultra burrows. He hides the Ultra. It doesn't matter. REYNOR's breached the natural and the third. Even though Clem holds onto the bottom right corner, it's just so hard to bring down one of those big boys, man. You know, Ultras really are dragons from Game of Thrones. They either absolutely destroy entire armies and are untouchable, or they randomly just get shot by a single scorpion mounted on a ship. And you're like, seriously? But in that case, they were the former, they were the dragons that dominate the map. The Ultralisks trading really well. 5,000 resources lost, positive trading. He only lost 3 Infestors that game, but they did so much to really just do massively efficient trades and forced Clem into this chaotic style. Very well played by REYNOR in game 2. All right, guys, we got REYNOR in the bottom left side of the map, Clem in the top right side of the map. And it's going to go to game 3. Now, question, was Clem actually ahead in that game if he chilled and didn't move out on the map and just turtled it up because he was playing against Ultras? I think there's an argument, yes. On the other hand, I've heard some people say late game is Zerg favored now if it does go kind of turtle style, because basically goes to 3 supply and all that sort of stuff. I don't think any of that factored into Clem's thought process. I think Clem just likes to attack. He's like, yeah, I got command centers, I'm on the way to Ghost. But like against Ultras, obviously, I'll support Dot before I support the stream. Oh, thank you, Rat Jar. Thanks for the $5, mate. I appreciate you. Thank you, Kilroy Man, as well. Appreciate you guys. So yeah, basically, I think Clem just likes to attack, but I do know if I'm playing Ultras and they just turtle, I do get a bit annoyed. I do like to go Corruptor Baneling as the late game transition off the style that REYNOR was playing in that last game. I think that's a really good way of keeping a mobile army that transitions really well. If your opponent's very tank heavy, Broodlord transition can be useful, but as we know, Broodlords are a little touch and go, right? If they don't have siege tanks to fight, the Broodlord against Terran is a pretty flaccid unit. You can have a handful of them poke in and siege things very slowly, but it lacks the oomph of Ultra Baneling just smashing in as a hypermobile force and using its mobility, its ability to dive in, smash a base before the Terran can get their whole army over there and get out. Ultraling Bane Corruptor, one of the best mobile forces out. I wonder if REYNOR tries to play Infestors again this game. I'd love to see it. I do think there was so many opportunities for good fungals in that game. I think I really want to see what happens. Like, I just want to see someone build 6 Infestors one game against Clem while staying on layer tech. And the reason being, I just think he will give you opportunities to land amazing fungals. And then, like, once he knows you're capable of doing that, I feel like he might start respecting the Infestor a bit more. But I feel like Clem has so little respect for the Infestor because he will throw 16 Marines away like he did against the first Infestors, and then he'll just go, you don't have many more of those. I'm just going to keep dropping everywhere and YOLOing. And we saw him do it against Shin. I will say, from a point of view where I get to see everything and I don't have to deal with the stress of playing the world champion, it's pretty obvious that Clem is getting away with murder, right? In these games. Like, it's quite obvious Clem is getting away with things he should not be able to get away with, right? There is a weakness, but Clem is kind of using his raw athleticism to bully his opponents, his speed. His ability to just multitask micro 3 places at once, and then the Zergs just kind of start to get overwhelmed, make mistakes, and REYNOR started to lose bases, started to lose random infestors and vipers, and kind of lose control of things. So you got to be careful. Obviously, that previous style was a low queen style. Part of the problem is the lack of anti-air with that. Hard to limit those drops as they fly around, especially once 1 or 2 queens get sniped. You find yourself with almost no anti-air. So it's really hard to recover from that spot, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. This is a more standard opening for REYNOR. Could try to play Mutiling Bane, actually. This map's kind of tough. I do think Clem would probably attack from either the left or down here on the bottom right. I don't think he'd just shove a parade through the middle, which is what you're kind of scared with if you play Mutalisks. 3 workers back on gas in a timely fashion. Pretty standard, but you know, sometimes players will delay that in this matchup to be hyper mineral focused. Raw athleticism. Clem weighs 100 pounds when he's wet. Yes, yeah. But I mean, if you look at his mouse hand and his keyboard hand, the way they work in tandem, I'm telling you, mate. If a keyboard felt pleasure from how well a person played StarCraft on it, keyboard and mouse, those keyboard and mouse, Clem's keyboard and mouse would be in bliss. They would be in heaven at all times. Like, his keyboard and mouse is the envy of everyone else's peripherals. They all dream of a life where Clem is handling them with the speed and precision with which he is on a daily basis. That got weird. I don't think that's weird, guys. You don't like anthropomorphic keyboards and mice? You guys are the weird ones, not me. Carapace is on the way. 6 queens. It kind of looks like he's going into the same sort of style. Oh. Oh, wow. Look at REYNOR. He's playing real fast today, guys. See him down there. You do have to spam the keyboard and mouse a lot when you're playing against Clem. You can see him in the headquarters there. Just playing like a proper Zerg player. 800 current APM. Does make sense with the way we saw him handling that mouse and keyboard. Hellions are going to come in over here. Oh, 3 queens. Pull back the Zerglings. Oh, good Ling wraparound. Clem commits anyway because he's a mad dog. Oh, the split on the Lings. That was beautiful. REYNOR, you make me so happy, mate. That's just lovely Ling control. This is the stuff I dream of doing. But even if I was half as good as REYNOR, I couldn't pull it off because I live in Australia and I play with too much lag. Even when I play on the Australian server, I can't do it. Can't even come close. My Ling micro is, famously, all I do is clump up the Lings more for Hellion shots and basically give them very easy ways to avoid getting surrounded. I consistently do better when I A-move. REYNOR, Clem, kind of the opposite of that. They're the players we all try to copy, and we rarely actually manage to effectively emulate these guys. Dude, this is a good start. 66 drones against 53. Gets rid of 3 SCVs. Slaps down most of the Hellions. Look at the units lost tab. His 4th is up. Hydroden Infestation Pit. No Baneling Nest. He's going to play Ling Lurker. Oh, okay. I don't like Ling Lurker unless you play Infestors first. Even then, I think Ling Hydra is better. I really would love to see Infestors off this style, but we'll see how it goes. It's 6 gas. Is there no Overseer? Where's the Overseer, guys? It's miles away, but luckily one of the Banshees was out of energy. +2 Carapace, +1 range. Are we going to see Hydra upgrades, or do we just go straight Hive? I'd love to see Hydras here, but REYNOR's a little poor right now. 80 drones? I mean, it's only 7 minutes. Hydra upgrades. Okay, so he's going to play Ling Hydra. Maybe adding a few Infestors. It's the Scarlet style, right? I think this is the Scarlet style. Dude, 80 workers, 5 more drones on the way. Hive has started. Oh, this is so sick. Oh, Clem attacks his own medevac. He's getting a little twitchy here. He's not found as much damage in the early game as he normally does. Oh, one of the Banshees goes down. Wow, this is so good for REYNOR. Guys, Clem's in town right now. It's not a town he wanted to be in. Smells a little Gucci. Medevac's going to have to pick up and pull away, but 2 Marines go down. I think this is perfectly fine for losing 3 or 4 Zerglings. Lurker down, Hive's on the way. Dude, REYNOR's in an excellent position. And this is just incredible. His creep spread a little limited because of that clearance in the middle. This Banshee's still alive on the right side. Doing a good job of denying a 5th base. And this is Clem. Clem can have the early game go against him, and then he'll just stay in your face through the mid game while macroing like a psycho. And he's actually 8-raxing. He's 8-raxing! But Lurker Viper will be ready. I don't think it works. I think Lurker Viper's ready. Like, yes, he's 8-raxing, but his 4th command center and 2nd factory are going down. So it's like 8-rax, but not a super committed 8-rax. Does he build tech labs is the question. Clearing creep in the bottom right. He's trying to just be annoying on both sides. None of this is a committed push, guys. Are there tech labs? There are! Okay, so he's going to go tech labs. So he's going to go for Marauders and then Ghosts and stuff. Queens, one of them goes down a little late on the first transfuse. Medivacs take a bit of damage, though. These creep trimmers need to keep spreading. Clem is so good at just keeping you busy that he makes you forget to spread creep. I feel like one of the problems with Clem is he's so good at microing these units. Like, these creep trimmers could have spread a minute or more ago, and they've just been forgotten about because there's so much to deal with when Clem's in your face like this. 2 siege tanks staying at home. No, he's bringing them. He's unsieging his tanks. He's starting to parade across this map a little bit. Reynor, his Lurkerden. That's the 2nd Lurkerden, isn't it? He's already got one. He's going to go double Lurkerden. Reynor loves going double Lurkerden. 2nd Lurker upgrade, not that valuable. Good hatch cancel at the last second there for Reynor, but of course Clem is the one who's canceling the hatch. He's happy about that. So it's Vipers, Lings, and Hydras. No Infestors. Pure Ling Hydra Lurker is a wild style. You want to spend all the gas on Lurkers. It can be a good style, but it's kind of fragile. I'd love to see these Lings counterattack. I think that's the best way to trade with these Zerglings away from the frontal fight, because that Widowmine count is growing. Lurkers should kind of wreck against these Widowmines, though. Lings not letting this drop unload. Big push through the middle coming forward. Careful of that Widowmine. Oh, no. 10 Zerglings go down. Where are these Lurkers? They're coming up. Vipers abducting the tanks, I think, would be the best move here. Lurkers can shoot across that gap. Lurker attacks sometimes derp out if they have to go across like a ledge, but I think they go through here just fine. Oh, Vipers are in the wrong position. Okay, tried to save it there with the medevac, but Reynor, I think, was ready to abduct. If he did pick up the tank with the medevac, I think Reynor would have abducted into the Hydras. Kind of lucky for Clem that he didn't actually push that deep. Biomine roaming around. Reynor's got a fantastic setup. Can he defend his 5 bases, though? Clem's movement is just insane. It's so hard to be ready. Transfused Lurker doing well, but look at that. He hits the bottom right as well. You can't be everywhere at once. The Queens start to get busted. Dude, he's so annoying. Hatchery kill in the bottom right. Oh my gosh. How does Clem do this? Reynor's had such a good start. It's been such a good build order. And Clem's just like, lol, 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 lol. How about I attack 2 places at once with Biomine? Brand new strategy. Look at me. I'm just better at positioning than everyone else. My name's Clem. Look at me. He really is. He's the Mr. Meeseeks of unfair Starcraft micro. He's too good at this game. Those Lurkers coming forward. Queen Transfuse is pretty good. Reynor says, get out of here. Finally manages to punish the impotence of Clem. Hydras get a medevac. Oh, this is good. Oh, I can't believe he saves one. You're kidding me. One of the medevacs does escape. Still 2 Vipers, 9 Lurkers, and 15 Hydras out. But I think Reynor right now needs to just split his army half and half. 5 Lurkers, 10 Hydras here, and a Viper. 5 Lurkers, 10 Hydras, and a Viper here. He needs to do it. He needs to do it soon, because he needs to find a way to get, like, Lurker harassment or Nidus Worms or stuff going. But look, there's turret sensor tower going up in most places. The drop in the bottom right does pull back. Hydras come forward. Do we have thrust? Oh, he's forgotten thrust, guys. He doesn't have the Hydralisk thrust upgrade. That is one small thing that's missing. Widowmine does fire on a Zergling. Nothing too crazy, but the Lings do have to pull back. Lurker's not quite with this army. I think Clem's not ready for Reynor right now. I think the problem Reynor's having is he's been so stuck defensive, he can't even get a 5th base up. And now there's Widowmines! There's just no chance for Reynor to play StarCraft. This is not StarCraft, guys. This is trying to survive against the avalanche that is Clem, despite being ahead. Even when you're ahead, Clem is just like, lol, have fun. He's so good. His movement. He's drowning Clem with a worse army. Reynor's army is better. Clem's is worse. Clem just can't. Reynor, just can't do anything to get out of his corner. Lurkers are a siege unit. The Hydras kind of need the Vipers, or the Lurkers needs his units together. Clem's army is just so flexible and mobile. Oh, snipe some Hydras. He's moving in there. Vipers would love some abducts. He can't really surround with Lings because of the Widowmines, but he also can't use the Vipers very well because of the Ghosts. Oh, okay. REYNOR finds some value. He's going double Nidus Worm as well. REYNOR has a big mineral bank. He's finally got this 5th base up on this side. He's trying to take these gases. But here we go. Abducts come in. A couple of ghosts do get picked off. Both Vipers get sniped, though. 3 or 4 ghosts do go down. He's going to lose some gases, though. CLEM not willing to give any ground to REYNOR. Does not want to let him move across this map. He's so good. Double Nidus Worm in the back door. Here we go. What's he got inside that? Probably some lurkers, I would imagine. And nothing's inside. CLEM's reaction is so good, isn't it? He's already on top of it. I think lurkers might need to run in the front and just start running in and just start sieging all over the place. I think he needs to overwhelm CLEM's multitasking. Right now, CLEM is bullying because he's able to attack all game long. I mean, his double Nidus Worms are really good. That's going to kind of reverse the APM situation. He's going to clean up these Widow Mines. Really good. And that's going to allow him to finally get map control after like 6 minutes of being ahead, but no way to move across the map. No ability to move out. Finally, REYNOR gets control of his 5 base setup. I'd love to see him push forward, but the ghosts are now out. Their count is growing. That being said, they are 3 supply. Changelings come forward. CLEM with the shift click. Yep, just right clicks those, takes them all down. Nidus Worm going up behind the 3rd, and the natural, that Banshee that survived earlier. Going to be really paying for itself by cleaning some of these up. Spinecrawler's trying to build on that right side. Overseer still looking around. Ghosts are trying to take care of it. 1 Nidus Worm will come up. That one, don't unload. Uh-oh. No. 3 lurkers into the meat grinder. No, CLEM was too ready for that. So those 3 lurkers just go down very quickly. More changelings going forward. I'd love to see REYNOR do a frontal push right now. CLEM doesn't really have mass command center. He's only got 4 orbitals. If REYNOR starts attacking right now, I know his gas count sucks. That's the problem for REYNOR, is he doesn't feel confident. He's got no gas bank. But if he can start trading aggressively, I think he could do really well. He's also got a respread creep. He's starting to do that now, but he's got no active tumors on the bottom right. And that's a really big problem. Like, he's putting 47 tumors here, but he only really needs a handful, and he actually needs to just spread tumors down here and over here and across there. That's more important, as well as getting his army out on the map. He's got 2 lurkers there. Oh, I like the Nidus Worm. He's got a reaction for... He's got a QRF! Several Snarl setting up a quick reaction force inside the Nidus Worm. Calls those whenever a base gets assaulted. Still good trades for CLEM, and he can disengage whenever he wants. Lurkers. Oh, 3 lurkers get popped there as well. Obviously, this is why he's kind of hesitant to move on the map. But I think as he's moving around with this army, especially if he grabs more of his stuff together, it does look like there's some opportunities here for REYNOR. The Nidus Worms are not getting up at all. Remember that CLEM has played against Rogue before. REYNOR can thank a Rogue for making CLEM insanely in practice at dealing with mass Nidus Worm. Mass Changeling Nidus Worm, something that Rogue has been spamming for the last few months. Lurker Hydraling. Viper coming forward. Turret goes down very quickly, which means you need to scan. Scans are coming down. Snipe's trying to clear it. Command Center gets pushed back. Abduct's coming in. A couple of ghosts do get pulled in. The Viper's still alive, or at least one of them is. One ghost somehow manages to survive from that. One drone just wants to be one of the boys. Charges into melee combat with a platoon of Ghost Marine Marauder. Does get gunned down. Hydraling here. Getting sniped. I don't think you can stand on the edge of territory with a Terran like this for long, as they will start to overwhelm you. The Hydraling is getting pushed back. Units lost time 4,000 in favor. The fact that Terran's only on 4 base is good, but remember, Zerg's 6th and 7th base are just now coming up. His own 5th was very delayed. So REYNOR has a big mineral bank advantage, not a massive gas bank. His army right now as well still looks a little fragile. And with no Infestors or Banelings, I wonder how you finish games with this army. Because for me, normally I'm thinking it's you just roll over with Banelings when you have number superiority, or you catch them with Infestors from behind and then maybe burrow Lurker Hydra on them at the same time. Oh, sorry guys, big fight on that left it looks like. Does abduct a Viking and transfuses the Viper, which is beautiful. Nice transfuses on these Lurkers, but the ghosts start to get taken down. Oh me, oh my, the ghosts slaughtering REYNOR right now. 3 supply be damned. CLEM says the ghost still reigns supreme. It's a decent combat unit while being a fantastic spellcaster, all in one absolutely fantastic package. Give me canister rifle, give me Mobius reactor, ghost energy pack, and allow me to gun down everything that comes my way. Oh, REYNOR just cannot defend that base. He finally gets some lurkers in the back door. CLEM, he's going to lose some infrastructure, but how much? Libs coming out are now going to add another problem There is no Spire, and Corruptors are what you need once Range Lib comes out. It feels like Clem's adding all the final pieces he needs on this army, and it's not quite there yet for Reynor. Parasitic Bomb comes out, but not that quickly. Does get a Ghost and a Marauder in there. Will they go down? Maybe. Yes, it does. All right, first success in that regard. Lurker tries to escape since the Libs aren't going ham. Command Center burning, Ghost Academy burning as well. Reynor still has a massive mineral bank to draw on, but losing the gases on this base, unfortunate. If he can get this gas going, that would really help him. You can see he's still mining 1,500 gas a minute. It's not like he's gas poor in terms of income, but it's just hard to remax. Lurker, Hydra, such an expensive army. I do think the orbital count's getting out of control now. 6 orbitals, and with a fusion core that's now made Lib range, it's a real problem. If we had single Lurkers sieging everywhere 3, 4, 5 minutes ago, it's a problem. At this stage, I think there's unlimited scans. I don't think it really matters too much, as we've got a 7th orbital finishing, more command centers coming up that'll be made into orbitals. It doesn't feel like kind of abusing the lack of scans is going to be an abusable point, which I do think it would have been minutes earlier. Used to be a weak point of Clem about 3 years ago, back when we were playing on a few of those older maps. Ooh, like Babylon. Hydra Lurker here. Oh, golly, get out of there. Dude, those Libs are a real problem. The Lurkers do great damage. He's trying to build Vipers to counter it. The problem is 1 EMP ruins you here. I think you need Corruptors. I know it sounds so weird playing Lurker Corruptor against Terran, but Corruptors are the hard counter to the Liberator, and they're much better against Ghosts than these other units as they can absorb the snipes much better. Nidus Worms are going up in the back door. Reynor, of course, not that much gas to work with, so he's going to struggle to do things like a Baneling Corruptor swap, something which is very good against Lib Ghost, but hard to do, super expensive on the gas, not something he has the cash for in this game. Hydraling does snipe a bunch of Libs. That was really nicely done. There's still more Libs behind it with no Abducts. This is a real problem. If you had Abducts right now, you could get rid of these Libs and be such a big problem. This left side base wide open. If Reynor could pivot some Lurkers in there, he might be able to take Clem down. He's abducting. Oh, but he gets sniped. He abducts 1 Lib, instantly gets sniped. This is the big problem. These Ghosts coming forward. Clem kind of bullying Reynor off his push. And whenever you're standing at arm's length like that, it does feel like the long range of Terran really shows its extreme efficiency. I think Libs just got sieged down here. Yeah, Clem sieged Libs. He realized he needs to do anything to pull Reynor's attention away. Reynor has another gas, but it's not mining there. These gases aren't mining. That hatchery slightly misplaced. Game's getting chaotic. And look at that. Clem counters. Beautiful counter for him. I don't think there's many Lurkers on this map right now. Only 4. It's mostly Lings and Hydras. He's thinking about a Baneling Nest now. But as I was saying earlier, things like you can swap into Ling Bane. You can use Infestors to catch. You can go Corruptors for the Libs. None of this was planned. Frenzy even got forgotten. It's now started up. I think if you play Ling Lurker, you need to be pushing with the Lurkers and harassing with Lurkers in multiple areas as early as possible. Otherwise, if you let it go to late game like this composition seems to have hit its expiry date, right? The bio mine, I should say ghost mine Lib. There's not even that much Marine Marauder. It's mostly ghost mine Lib. The ghosts are countering everything. The Widow Mines help against the Lings. The Libs wreck the Lurker Hydra. This is a really awkward position to be in for Reynor, and yet Reynor's Nidus Worm gets up again. The barracks production is limited. Clem does not have an endless bank to work with. So there's still absolute opportunities here. But for me, it's the problem that there's no Spire. Baneling Nest just came in with no Bane Speed started. I don't know how you make this work. Where's the Abduct? He's not abducting. That Lib is killing so much. It's finally going to get taken down. Here we go. Vipers come forward. Parasitic bombs on the medevacs. Very good parasitic bombs. Slaps down a bunch of those medevacs, but 11,000 resources lost advantage. Lurkers finally find this top left base. This base has been separated, isolated with no reinforcements for so long. I'm shocked that it took this long for Reynor to take advantage. Beautiful Lurker. In-out micro. Dude, that was sick. But the repair's good. The ghosts are there. And Reynor needs to be doing other things at the same time. These guys are going to go down now. Oh, can he focus the Lurkers on the ghosts? Those ghosts barely dodging, and good escape. Beautiful escape there by Reynor. Very well played. Lings are going to try and run down the right side. It's just a massive Ling run by on its own, though, so not going to get too much done. A ball of ghosts in a formation. Really hard for Lings to deal with, even with +2 melee and adrenal glands. No +3 melee done just yet. Building armor got made, right, guys? No building armor this game. That is one thing which Clem did miss. Hydra's Lurker is going to try and siege this base. Snipes are good. Vipers. Oh, he throws a couple of parasitic bombs. But the problem is the Vipers all go down. That's what I was talking about. Vipers are good against Libs when you catch Terran off guard, but they are not a stable counter. You need Corruptors at this stage. He's still trying to rely on Hydra Viper. I don't mind the Vipers being rebuilt, but I think Corruptors have to take precedence. Unfortunately, Reynor's gas bank is gone. The Hydra Lurker has been draining his gas bank so very hard. Lings will take out an orbital on that side. This is crazy, dude. This is so crazy because it feels like Clem, if he establishes this base for good on the gold, that's really amazing. You got to break these rock towers with lurkers or hydras as Reynor. That'll collapse some of his mineral patches. Hydras are just going to YOLO it, but Libs wreck hydras, man. It's such a one-sided fight. Those hydras get destroyed even when they outnumber the Libs in supply. That is really rough. You've got to, I think, kill these rock towers to crush some SCVs. But oh no, he's getting jumped on by Snipe. Clem's all over him. Clem's bank was depleted for a moment. He spends it all and is instantly remaxed. The mad lad, Reynor, on the other hand, completely out of gas right now. He's finally got this gas mining. These two gases are starting to come up. These gases as well. I'd love to see Reynor just throw those workers on that. It feels like he had such a good early game, but Clem is so hard to push against when you're ahead. And then he kind of puts you in this corner defending. Once he finally swaps to the turtle mode, he's so far along in the game. He's got so many orbitals and planetaries. Reynor still spamming the Nidus Swarms. Great way to stress out Clem's multitasking. Widowmine not quite able to fire there. That's hilarious. Widowmines could get some big boom booms. Lings on their own, not going to be able to really find too much. Bane speed never got made. No burrowed infestors either. I do think burrowed infestors, you know, you've already got so many tools you're using. There's a point where you get overloaded and you can't use everything effectively, but I do think sometimes it is just necessary. I don't know what ghost I've clicked on, guys, but it has 20 kills, which is kind of amazing. Guess it's this guy here. 12 kills, 9 kills, 16 kills, 17 kills. Want us to question how many of those are expensive units like Hydras and Lurkers as well, because the value, 16,000 resources more efficient for Clem against Reynor, and that is insane. Oh, Vipers come in again, but once again, the spellcasting is too good against the Vipers. Now that he's got Mass Scan Ghost, he always sees them coming, and he can intercept. And Vipers just do not find a lot of utility the later you get in the game. Corruptors will be necessary, and Infestors. Corruptors and Infestors are the two best units against the Ghost and the Liberator. It's just so hard to work your way into them when you're on a Hydra Lurker Viper comp. It's not as natural of a transition, so I understand why Reynor didn't go for it. But it's just on a strategic level, if we go to the late stage, and we've gone to the very late stage, right? We need to do something like that. Oh, a duct comes in. Is it enough? Oh, not enough. He didn't have enough. He got a parasitic bomb on one. It does take out the full medevac, at least with the parasitic bomb. Clem pushing the left and the right at the same time. Says, yep, you dealt with the right side. Can you deal with the left? Lurker trying to get some shots off, but Snipey Snipe takes it down, and he pulls back here. So many libs to fall back on. How do you clear this out? 7 Overlords being built right now. Reynor supply blocked after losing a few Overseers. He's going to keep trying to Nidus Swarm the back door. But if he loses a base here, I think Reynor's dead because his bank's almost gone. Clem's controlling the whole top left side of the map. Clem has just got so many bases now. Ghosts, Marines. Going to be doing something against these Nidus Swarms. Lurkers will pop out, though. Ling Hydra going to think about coming forward. He's got a few Infestors out. They're going to start sneaking behind this army. Will they be able to find the Omega Fungals? He's going to need to fungal this like 3-4 times to truly catch this army. He's going to go for it, but he's in lib zones with the Infestors. They need to move over here out of the lib zones, and then maybe he can land the big ones. Lurkers get cleaned up in the main. Some snipes probably went down, as well as some lib sieges to take care of them. And Reynor, he's down 20,000 resources in the units lost. He's looking for the big Hail Mary, and he's going to go for it. Infestors pop up. Throws one fungal, kind of chains it. Viper comes in, throws out a parasitic bomb as well. The Hydraling get an excellent engagement. Wow, that was massive for Reynor. That was a huge move. Wow, okay, goes from like 23, 20, something like, was it 22,000 against him? Now it's like 18, 17,000 against him. Much better fight for Reynor there. But Clem has his bases established. He can rebuild from that now. That fight 3, 4, 5 minutes ago would have been a big difference. Now, Clem's already on 11 orbitals? You know, we talk about the Iron Bank being like 7 or 8 orbitals at least. Well, Clem has got the Iron Bank and then some. 11 orbitals. He's got almost unlimited scans. Hydras, if they lunge in, they could snipe the planetary, but then he can't lunge out. Good turn to kill a lib, maybe, but ghosts and libs and doing so much damage. Lings run the gauntlet, get inside the base. Liberator kills 6 drones on that side, make it 8. Zerglin gets inside the main, does burrow in the back door, but of course, Clem on cleanup duty takes care of it immediately. There is a Ling down here and one over there as well. They're all getting caught by scans, though. Clem just so studious. Some Terrans, they say, I don't care about one Ling in my base. I'm not a janitor. I don't need to clean anything up. You know, they just throw their garbage on the ground. Not Clem. Clem's a true leader. He gets down there. He knows how to clean up individual Zerglings. Not any detail slips by Clem. So you got to be, man. Against these cheeky Nidus Worm spamming Zergs, you got to be janitor Terran, man. Just clean up all the corners. A janitor who truly takes pride in their work, you know? A janitor who eats the lunch off the toilet seat that they've just cleaned. That's how clean they make it, you know? That's Clem, man. No corruptors yet. I know I've talked about this a lot, but corruptors are essential against mass lib. 10 range libs. You really can't punish these situations without them. It's the supply efficiency problem. Hydras get one shot by ghosts, have short range, get shot by libs, cost 2 supply. Corruptor, more than twice as tanky as a Hydra. Similar DPS against their units, slightly lower technically, but similar. And they can just fly on top, much more mobile, much tankier. They just for the same supply cost, a Corruptor is much better than a Hydra against this mass lib. When the Vipers land their spells, it's great. 3 libs get abducted. Nice move by REYNOR. He's going to try and jump on top of some of these ghosts. Those ghosts escape, and because of that, the libs actually survived as well. Oh, he tries to land the fungal from the left, doesn't quite get it. He lunges forward. Dude, sick engage by REYNOR, but Clem evades the worst part of his clutches, and he's maintaining that 20,000 resource advantage. The ghosts come forward. Oh, no! Anytime these Hydras try to run away, man, the snipes are so brutal. If he has another Infestor come in from behind, maybe, but it's just crazy the way Clem chases with this army. Clem is disrespect personified. You really need to earn his respect. If you don't earn his respect, he will just absolutely YOLO in at all times and punish. You need such a high level of skill and focus to punish Clem and actually get his respect and force him to play carefully. And almost nobody can do it. It almost never happens. How often do you see Clem pull into his base and turtle up? It's the white whale of Zerg players. They're like, I know Clem's not as good on defense as offense, but I just can't get it. Dude, massive fungal ambush. Oh, he gets rid of almost all the medevacs. Somehow, Clem boosts in with a medevac from Mars. Saves 4 ghosts. The other medevacs all died, so he boosts one in, saves 4 ghosts. And those 4 ghosts are veterans who are they're gonna be very thankful for that. They've all actually only got a handful of kills. I think it looks like all the high ghost kills, all the ghosts who've really seen a lot of action, I think, have died now, guys. Yeah. Oh, that one still has 21 kills. There's a 21 kill ghost in there. Proper James Bond. All right, Lib's gonna take out those lurkers as well. Dude, REYNOR, it's so crazy because I think REYNOR missed a big window earlier to finish Clem. But now it's like he's knuckling down and actually playing so well. And he's finding these really good fights. Just needs to go for those Infestor transitions a bit sooner, and he still needs to make Corruptors. There's still 9 libs out. If he doesn't make Corruptors, I don't think he'll be able to ever break this army unless Clem makes a big mistake and unsieges. Moves out of position, you know? Could abduct. Bunch of Widowmines and libs. Well done. If he can abduct a few more libs before the snipes land. But no, the snipes do land. Only gets one of them. Hydras do lunge forward. Banelings come in. Kind of sick engage, and then he gets the planetary, gets a bunch of valuable units, but it's so expensive on the disengage every single time. ZvT late game against Clem is a nightmare, guys, because every time you think you've taken a good fight, you turn your units to run, and they all get popped by those snipes, man. Fire Ghost coming on forward. The hatchery in the bottom right side will go down. Good snipe. That's unfortunate. I mean, REYNOR thought he killed the base, but remember, Terran will just float a new command center over there instantaneously, whereas for him, it's much harder. He just got more lings in the main. They all got cleaned up. He can't get vision for more Nidus Worms. It's only an orbital, not a planetary. But right now, REYNOR, he's out of bank. He needs these next few fights to be amazing. And look at how many scans there are. He's got 11 orbitals. So he's just like, lol, I can just scan over it. Another Infestor just died. I'm not sure where it was. But he's only got 1 out, 1 more building. Sniping Banelings right now. Oh my gosh. All right, Lings are going to come in. Beautiful spreadies to drag the Widowmines away from the core of his numbers. But of course, it's Clem, so he does unburrow micro. Hydra's lunge forward, take out the planetary and the lib. Nice move. REYNOR's fighting really good in this situation. For me, I always feel like Terran is the best late game or end game race. Pretty much every matchup. But it's so much later to get to endgame for Terran than it is any other race because you need to build so many command centers and stuff. But I think that that whole lull in the mid game has let him get there. And now I do feel like REYNOR needs to outplay CLEM from this situation. Even if he gets Corruptors and things, like it's still, you don't have any bank now. Corruptors aren't a super efficient unit. They're not going to magically make you efficient. They're just going to be less inefficient than the Hydras, you know? And yet REYNOR needs to be efficient. I think he might just be too far down the hole. You might think, but what? But CLEM's been losing command centers. Yeah, but he's got so many more. He can drop mules. And if REYNOR can't mine either of these corner bases, which it seems like he's done mining these, CLEM's eventually going to land a command center and mule them out. And he's trading better than you, and he's going to mine more than you. It does seem like the loss is inevitable now. Okay, one infestor gets caught. Another one comes in. Just hanging out behind, having a little pervy. One fungal is not enough. Something we've learned many times. One fungal's not enough. You need two to stop him picking up. Then again, this army's kind of only 3 medevacs, not that many ghosts as well. Oh my gosh, it looks so vulnerable, doesn't it? Fungal and then Bane roll could be amazing. Widowmine gets a few Zerglings. Reaper and Marine do go down. REYNOR's going to try to retake this base. He's kind of acting a little scared right now. Fungal from the top. Ling Hydra Bane's going to go for it. Oh my gosh, his EMPs were so quick. The Hydras already used their lunge to try to catch it. Oh my gosh, CLEM, he knew exactly. The moment he saw the army actually committing, he knew there was an infestor behind him. He instantly scanned when REYNOR didn't pull back, spread his army to the right, and sent his ghost to EMP zone the infestors. REYNOR only caught a glancing fungal to CLEM's formation. But hold my beer! Hold my beer! REYNOR, he's dead. But he lands a sick forward Baneling. It's a Pyrrhic victory. It doesn't matter at this point. He's too far behind. But REYNOR says, hold my beer, you dirty boy, CLEM. You might have got the better of me in this series, but I'm going to finish it in style with some sick fungals and Baneling bombs, okay? That was cool, man. Very cool, very cool. He's down 70 army supply, and CLEM's mining more than him, unfortunately. But, oh, so sick. That's so cool, man. Yeah, I think earlier infestors and corruptors and other is the one thing REYNOR could have done better. Oh, he's just gonna get sniped to death, isn't he? Fungal does land. Another fungal kind of lands. Lurker's gonna try to burrow. Another fungal could be nice, but the EMPs are too quick. Oh my gosh, the sound of those snipes, man. Oh, it's the sound of Zerg hopes getting deleted from this tournament. And CLEM does close it out 2-1.